Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Another question that I would like to ask you is the fact that you have been someone who has done three things, and I believe that personally. You have maintained three things very well. One is that you have managed to stay fit. Right from the very time you have started to now, fitness is a very important thing with respect to the hard work that you all need to grind in and put in daily towards your work. At the same time, you have been very smart with your selections with respect to the scripts that you have picked up for yourself. you know and also the way you have gone about with things. You have obviously, I'll come to that later with respect to the direction and all that you have done, short films and everything. I'll come to that. But you have somehow managed to complete, or have a wonderful blend of things going in, which is why you have survived for so long, and wonderfully. So what was your mantra when you started at that point of time? Did you have any guidance from anyone? Did you have any mantra going in? What
Shruti,
was
I
the
think
secret to your success?
the best way to plan things is not plan. I've kind of
Yeah.
I'll talk. Okay, I'll talk about when I just walked into the industry and I was doing my first show. I had planned a few things. Obviously, like we all like to plan, so pre-plan it, and you know where you're placed in the next few months. But I fell flat on my face. So that's when I realized that it's important to always go with the flow. It's important to enjoy every moment, and it's important to cherish every moment. And it could be work, could be personal, and just leave it up to the universe and leave it up to somebody sitting up there. So I've always done that, and I think luckily for me, it's always worked out. I have done very less work compared to a lot of people out there who've done fantastic work. But for me, it's the quality which really matters a lot. It's about doing different content. It's doing exciting content. It's doing exciting characters that I've not done. It's all about pushing the envelope every time and keep pushing yourself. And I think failure is something which I really enjoy. I've said it in the past as well. I love failures. I think they really motivate me a lot. And it's not that I want to fail every time, but if I do, I like to pick up and I like to go harder. So yeah.
That's a very positive attitude towards life, and I think that's the biggest reason why you have come so far.
To survive
And
for these
when you started
14, 15 years, and I remember when I started, things were very different. There was obviously less competition, much lesser compared to now. There were lesser number of shows, and but obviously with time, things change and things evolve. So yeah, I see a lot of good talent now, a lot of youth coming in and with a lot of josh, and so it feels all the more challenging. And I think that's where I have to really push myself every day. Looking at the talent outside, I think it's brilliant.
I think taking your point forward, where you said that the competition now and the amount of content that's coming up right now. The entertainment industry has changed over the years. If you look back to when you started and now. So why do you think that's changed? What is the biggest reason you personally think has been behind this change, and what is good about
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that obviously, the time when you started compared to then and now, it's like a totally different, paradigm. So, the entertainment industry has had a shift and it has changed. So what do you think has been the change?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I think the
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, so basically,
so what I'm saying is that the entertainment industry has had a huge.
You're talking about the industry back then and the industry now.
Yeah, now. So what do you think is good about the change, and what is not so good about the change?
Things evolve, people evolve with time. So I think all of us have kind of upgraded our versions. It's about going with time, going ahead with time, and just accepting the fact that new people coming in, new technology coming in, new content coming in, new writers coming in, new ideas coming in. So you have to understand that you cannot be working in the same old format. So I think I've tried every 3 or 5 years. I try upgrading myself to a different, more higher version and a more adaptable version. So luckily it's worked, and I'm hoping that it'll work for the next 25-30 years as well.
Absolutely, it will. The way you're going and the way you're mentally prepared, it definitely will.
Please.
So I'm going to be taking
Good
some
hi to
interesting
everybody out
fan
there.
questions
Since a
now,
lot of people
and
kind of
the
pouring in right
questions I
now.
tell you,
Please.
a lot of love pouring in for you all the time. There was one interesting question that came that what is your most favorite memory from all the shows? If you had to pick up one memory that you felt changed you as a
There's
person
many
or as an actor in the industry.
moments here. There hasn't been like a particular moment or one moment that I could kind of pick and choose. Every show has taught me a lot. Every show has given me plenty of moments, which I can probably think of right now. But I think my first shot, which I had given in Banaras for my first show, Banu Mein Teri Dulhan, when I was swim in the Ganga. We were shooting, and the water was very deep. There was very strong, the underwater current was there, and we didn't know about all of that. But like I said, my first shot, and I was excited, and I was so full of energy, and the enthusiasm was completely, at its peak. Everybody, the entire team. So I just jumped, and that moment, I remember also. I think one of the articles which had come out that I felt I was drowning, and I was just waving my hand because I could barely breathe, in that water. And I felt that I was getting pulled away from the team, and I was going away from the current. I mean, I was going with the current away from, where the people were. So that moment, then my entire life flashed in front of me. So that moment was a moment when I think I was gone. So luckily, the locals jumped into into the water, and they helped me out. And I remember I was breathless for like a really long time, and that was my first shot. So I was petrified. I was scared. I gave it all, but then I had a
And you
second
gave
thought
it
that
all
what if I
for
quit
that.
right now? I would have a very, very comfortable life. I could go back home, continue with my dad's business, maybe join my dad's business, or probably do something else, than being an actor. But there was another
So
voice
you
which
chose the
said
hard
that
way and it has paid off for you.
welcome to the real world and welcome to showbiz. So the show must go on. So yeah, so I think I chose
Wow.
the latter,
Yes.
and so I think that was a moment which kind of changed my life. Yeah.
It has worked wonderfully.